Hello, everybody. It's Daniel here. Welcome to Emotional English Podcast, the podcast where you learn an English language effortlessly, emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively. Welcome, everybody. Today, I want to share with you the new category of our podcast. I mean, we had this category before, but now I want to resurrect this category again. We will talk about quotes of great people, great quotes, great people. And we will reflect on these beautiful quotes. And of course, we will learn English with the usage of the quotes. What is a quote? A quote is like a phrase that you can share with someone. And this phrase is said by someone, right? Very recognizable. Let's imagine we have the quotes of different authors, right? The quotes of different speakers, right? And you really want to share the quote because the quote consists of the knowledge, right? Or consists of something interesting. And that is why you want to share this quote with someone or to someone. Today I want to speak about Marcus Aurelius, right? It's a really cool guy. He's a philosopher, right? Marcus Aurelius. And he was the greatest and the most popular, the emperor of Rome, right? Roman emperor. He was the philosopher, and he was sharing his wisdom with many people with his beautiful book, Meditations. That's one of the best book he had ever written, I would say. But I can guarantee that if you would find this book and you would read this book, you would find a lot of interesting ideas there. Why Marcus Aurelius is one of the greatest philosophers of his own time? Because he was a Stoic emperor, right? And it's very interesting and it's very cool to have the manager who is a Stoic, who is a philosopher. And he's one of my favorite philosophers of Stoicism. That's why I want to share a couple quotes with you guys. And we can learn English with not only the words or meanings, but with some knowledge and interest and thrill, right? Let's dive into it. And I hope you would have fun today. You will learn something nice and I would say something big that could change your life. Yes, as you know, we have a community. If you want to join our community, we have the Telegram channel. If you're listening this podcast on Yandex Music, there is a link there, or I guess now you have this link all over the place. Just go to the podcast details and you'll find the link to a Telegram channel. So in the community, we always share some interesting ideas, and I almost every day post some ideas about English learning and my personal video blogs or vlogs, right? Hope it would be interesting. And if you want to support our podcast, just go to Boosty channel and support our podcast there, or donate the money to my bank account. It's pretty easy to do, just the phone number. That's all for my little introduction part, and let's go to the topic, right? So the greatest quotes of all time, and we start with Marcus Aurelius. We continue with Marcus Aurelius. We had discussed the quotes of Jesus Christ already, right? And we had discussed some quotes of Plato. And today is the time for Marcus Aurelius. So the first quote is quite nice one. Man, it's pretty simple to understand. So what is the plan, right, for each quote? I will read a quote. If we see something interesting, like a new word or a complicated phrase, we can reflect on it, and we can use more simple language to describe it. And then I will use my life experience to clarify the quote, and we can reflect on the whole quote and maybe share some examples, right? How we can use this phrase, this quote in our real life. So the quote number 1, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's the quote. Pretty short, but pretty good one. You have the power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let's clarify the focus words here. We have 4 interesting words here. The first word is power, right? What is power? If I have power or I don't have power, what does it mean? So power, it's the ability to do something or control things. For example, let's imagine Emperor Marcus Aurelius has power over his kingdom or his empire, right? But you have power over your own choices, right? If you're the person, you have control. You have power to control something in your life. So this is the usage of the word power. One of them usages, right? One of the use cases. But pretty powerful one. So the next word is mind. What is mind? Mind is the part of your, it's a part of you, right? And that part of you thinks, feels, and understands, right? It's where your ideas and feelings live, generally. It's your brain, but people define brain and mind like 2 separated things. But I guess your mind is very near your brain. So physically, you cannot touch your mind, but it's probably somewhere close to your brain. You know, people say, are you out of your mind? Like, it means that, are you crazy, right? So if you have mind, you're a pretty smart man. If you have no mind, if you're out of your mind, you're crazy. You are mindless. Yeah, that's actually the second word. The third word is the word realize. So what does it mean when you realize something? When you're realizing something, you understand something very clearly for the first time. Let's imagine I saw a dragon, and the moment I had seen the dragon, I realized how dangerous are they, right? They are very dangerous. So dragons, right? Dragons are very dangerous. So I realized that moment, in the moment when I saw the dragon very clearly, right? For the first time. That's about realizing something. It's like your aha moment when an idea suddenly makes sense, right? It's another, moment of realizing something, right? Or the moment of realization of something. The next word, the last one about this quote, is the word strength. Strength. What is strength? Strength is the quality of being strong. If you're strong, you have strength. If you have no strength, you're not strong, right? Imagine the power lifter, right? He's pretty strong, right? So he has strength. Who is a power lifter? Do you know? It's the guy who is lifting weights, right? So he has strength, right? If you have strength, it can be your physical strength. Like we already discussed, lifting heavy weights or boxes, or another option is your mental strength, right? There are 2 options of strength, physical and mental. And when you show your mental strength, it's when you are trying to be brave. When you're scared, you're showing the weakness of your mental strength or the power of your mental strength, right? I think that's all words we had discussed in this quote. So I will repeat the quote again. You have power over your mind, not outside events, right? So Marcus Aurelius is trying to say here that we have power over our mind, over our reactions, not outside events. So we cannot control the outside events, right? But we can control events that happens in our mind, right? We can control something that we can change, but we cannot control things that somewhere outside, right? Can you control the weather? No. Can you control what you eat for breakfast? Yes. Can you control who is your president? Probably not. Can you control what you're gonna wear this morning or this evening before you go to the restaurant? Yes. You have the power over your mind. You can control this. But this is all like your choices, right? We can decide things. It means we showing the power over our mind when we decide something. Yeah, that's good. And the second part of this quote is about realizing this moment of realization when you have power over your mind, not outside events. When you're realizing this, you will find strength. It means if you realize the fact that you control your mind, you have strength. If you don't realize that, so it means that you have no strength. So you are weak. Because people who are not realizing this logic, they have a lack of strength, right? They don't understand something very important. And I was a big believer that we choose many things in our life. We can control many things in our life. Yes, we can, but not everything, We cannot control other people's reactions, right? We cannot control the behavior of people we like or don't like. It's their life, it's their choices. And we have our life and our choices. If I cannot control something, I can only control how I react on this, right? So the reaction, that's where I spend my power. That's how I control my mind. I'm trying to control my reactions. Actually, that's the quote realization, right? That was the quote number one, guys. I hope it was interesting. Let's go to the second one. Second quote from Marcus Aurelius, right? The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. It's second amazing quote I love the most. The happiness of our life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. We have three interesting phrases here and words, right? The first word or phrase depends upon. Second one is quality. And the third one is thoughts. Let's start from depends upon, right? The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So depends upon in this case means something needs something else in order to happen, right? So let's change the context. What is your mood depends upon? Your mood depends upon the quality of your sleep, right? Your mood depends upon the quality of food you have eaten during your lunch or dinner or breakfast. If you had a bad lunch, it means you have a bad mood, right? Because you had, a bad toilet situation, number one or number two, I guess. So that's the phrase depends on. When something depends upon something, it means that you have the correlation between these facts. So the happiness of Marcus Aurelius depends upon the quality of our thoughts, right? So there is a connection here. Our mood, my mood, depends upon the food I eat, right? Or my strength depends upon the training I do with my body, right? There is a correlation. There is always a correlation when something depends upon something, right? And you see this logic. If I play a computer game and I want to win, so let's try to connect this logic. I play a computer game. So the win depends upon the amount of time I invest into the game, right? Because if I invest a lot of time, right, I have a good result in the end. So the win depends upon the time I spent with this computer game. So this is the first phrase. Second one is the word quality. Quality is a pretty simple word. Probably you know this, right? But I like to explain simple words because if you cannot explain simple words, probably you don't have enough knowledge of English. What is quality? Can you rephrase the word quality with your simple words? Let's imagine a little small kid is waiting for your answer. How you would describe this word? That shows your quality of the language. So quality means how good or bad something is. Pretty simple, right? So if you have a good quality, it means it is good, right? If you have a bad quality, so it means the thing is bad. So a high quality toy, for example, is well made, and this toy won't break easily. And vice versa. A bad quality toy is badly made and will break very simply and easily, right? Pretty simple word and interesting revision. So the third comment here about the word thoughts. What is thoughts? When you think about something, you have thoughts, right? You thinking, and what you have in your mind, you have your thoughts. So thoughts are the ideas that you have in your mind, simply saying. Everything you think about during the day is a thought, right? People have multiple thoughts, or simple thoughts, or hard or complicated thoughts, right? It's all your thoughts. When we think, we create and generate thoughts. 3 words had been discussed. Now let's go to the quote back, right, and reflect on the quote. The happiness of our life depends upon the quality of our thoughts. So pretty simple here, right? I like how Marcus Aurelius describes us the connection, right? The correlation between our happiness, what we have in our life, and the quality of our mind and the thinking process, right? If we have positive thoughts, we will have positive life. If we have negative thoughts, our life will be a disaster. So that's why we should start from our thoughts. We should start from the quality of our thoughts. And if you read stupid books, if you read stupid memes, or you trying to be a stupid person, right? This is not makes your thoughts good quality, right? We need to generate good quality thoughts to change our life. So if we read smart books, if we read interesting people and ideas, so that changes our interpretation of life, and that's lead to happiness. Pretty simple correlation, right? The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Beautiful saying, beautiful phrase. And quote from Marcus Aurelius. Third one, I want to jump to the next quote. I guess we will have a couple more quotes for today, and we will wrap up our audio file. Quote number 3 is here. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Amazing quote. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. As you see, we have 3 interesting words here. The first word is waste, right? To waste. It's a verb here. Second one, arguing. It's a second word. And third one is be one, right? Little phrase here, be one. Let's start from waste. When you wasting something, you are using something, for example, your money or your time, in a very bad and not good way, right? Useless way. That's what wasting is. For example, you're playing video games instead of doing your homework of English, because this example shows you the waste of time. You're wasting your time with your computer game. But you know what? I have a little interesting idea here, or tip. If you like to play computer games, do it in English. Yeah, guys, that's amazing. You can download an English game, right? I mean, game that has English language there. For example, it can be your Minecraft game, and every single item in the game you see will be listed in English. Will it be your waste of time? No. So if you have a kid, if you have the boy or a girl who like to play a computer game, right? Let's change the language to another one. That way, the boy or girl will understand the new language. It's the way of practice. And, I remember myself when I started to play a very good game. It's called Dragon Age. Dragon Age, amazing game. And I love the quality of dialogues. I love the quality of the plot of the game. And it was so interesting to see different characters speaking English there. And in this game, it's a D&D game, so you should answer some dialogues with your own choices, right? You make many choices there. And it's interesting because you should read these choices in English. You should interpret them, simplify them in your mind. Of course, not in Russian. You should interpret the language in English because you're learning English by English. That's the best way to learn the language. If you haven't heard about it from my podcast, that's not a waste of your time because you play the computer game and you're learning the language at the same time, simultaneously. Amazing, isn't it? Second word was the word arguing. So when you are arguing, you're speaking with someone angrily, like, why you have socks on the floor? Stop doing this. See, I'm arguing with someone. You never know who is this, but I'm just making a situation, right? I'm making up the situation. So when you're arguing, you speak angrily to someone because you disagree with this person, right? For example, if you like Vladimir Putin and I dislike Vladimir Putin, that's going to be an argue. We will have an argument, right? We will start shouting, arguing, right? We will share our positions angrily because we disagree with each other, right? That's the process of arguing. And the last phrase is B1. It's a simple way of saying become someone, right? If you become one, so Marcus Aurelius is saying, hey, you need to be one. You need to be that person, right? One, it means the person we discussed. Do this thing yourself. That's actually what this phrase means. Be one, guys. If you want to be smart, be one. Be one. Be smart. If you want to learn and speak English effortlessly, be one. Start speaking effortlessly, right? Without limits, without problems in your mind. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak effortlessly, right? Be one. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah, that was the definition. And let's read the quote one more time. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius wants to say here that we should be a good people. We should be a good man or a good girl or a good person. We shouldn't waste no more time. We shouldn't waste time on arguing, right? We should spend our time correctly, right? Not wasting it. We shouldn't arguing because the process of arguing is the waste of our time. Because you're not changing someone's mind and the person is not changing your mind. So it's actually the waste of your energy and time. Pretty simple, isn't it? I like to not argue, but I like to say this. I like to say something like, look, I understand your position. It's a very interesting position, but I do think differently. I do have my own position, and I do think that my position is more valuable, but it doesn't mean that it's valuable. It's more valuable for you. Maybe your position is more valuable for yourself. That's my position. So here it is. Many people say to me, man, why we are not using Russian while we are just learning the language? And I say, in my opinion, I've researched many options and I spent a lot of years of my life, my personal life. I've been learning English since I was a young kid. And analyzing all that experience, I can say effortlessly and without blocks in my mind, I can say that the best way you can learn the language is English option. It's when you learn the language using the language you're learning. So pretty simple buttery butter. Yeah. And I'm not arguing about this. If you think differently, if you like to translate words to Russian. Okay, no problem. It's your life. It's your way of learning. But I like to remove this connection with the language I'm learning. I want to dive into the language and I want to know how to interpret the words in a cooler way without using my own language, because the culture is different. The vibe is different. The logic sometimes is different. The language is different. So I want to use my option, my approach. So I'm not arguing. I'm just sharing what I know. And if you want to do the same as me, so you're very welcome. Be one who accept my position. Okay. So that's what the Marcus Aurelius wanted to say to us. Be one who is not wasting our time arguing about what good man should be, what good man should do. Just do it yourself and show people what you should do. So this podcast is an example how you can learn the language. Every single day when I read a book, when I having my lessons with my students, right, with my advanced students, I'm learning a lot of things. I'm learning how to explain hard words. I am learning a lot of new vocabulary every lesson. It's a very interesting journey. And by the way, if you're interested of having lessons with me, you can always go to the website danilabondarenko.ru and apply for a tryout lesson with me. And maybe we will study together. Sorry for off topic. Let's jump to the last quote for today, the quote number 4. It's a bigger quote. It's a nicer quote, what I like very much. And let's discuss. And there are some interesting words there, so I want to discuss all of them. But let me double check one thing. I'm sorry, guys. There is a little situation here. Yeah, okay, I got it. Let's continue further, right? The impediment to action advances actions. Oh, 1 second. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Okay, that's a beautiful quote. Let's start again. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. So I think from all list for today, this is the hardest quote, right? Let's discuss the vocab first to understand it clearer, right? So what is the word impediment? Impediment. Impediment, it's a big word for something that blocks you or makes it hard to do something, right? For example, a wall, imagine the big wall, is an impediment if you want to walk forward. So you cannot go forward because there is an impediment, the wall. It's like a blocker for you, right? Impediment is like a blocker. It's something that blocks you or makes it hard you to go and do something, right? Something makes it hard. So this is the impediment. It's like a barrier, simple word, right? Impediment. So the impediment to action advances action. This is interesting interpretation, right? The impediment to action, this is kind of wall to action, advances action, right? So what does it mean? It's about obstacles, right? It's like a problem or obstacle, big rock or something on your way. You're trying to walk down or you're trying to walk through this, but this rock stops you and many people kind of frustrated, right? And give up. But our Marcus Aurelius, he says that the rock itself can help you to move forward. And it's interesting question how, right? How the rock can help us to move forward. Maybe you have to learn how to climb it. Maybe you will become stronger because of this rock, right? Because of this impediment. So it makes your life interesting, better, right? It advances action. It's all about seeing problems, and it's all about knowing how to fix these problems, right? If you see the barrier of learning English, you should think what you can apply to fix the problem. That's how you would advance your action. That's how you would improve it. What stands in the way becomes the way. So you can use this problem as an instrument to achieve your goal. The impediment of English learning can be the way of how you become better in English. Let's imagine if you have a problem with memorizing new vocabulary, you can make a list of 10 new words and you can train your memory every single time. Make sentences with these words. Pronounce these words. Use them more and more and more to memorize. And then you will easier recall these words because you will train your memory. So the problem of memory, I do have this problem, guys, can be a way how you can work on your language. So if you multiply, if you focus on your actions, you'll improve your memory. And your memory problem will disappear for a while, at least for this word list, what you're working on, right? The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. So think of what is the way you have right now. What is the problem you have right now that you are not using? What is your impediment that you are avoiding to improve yourself? Think of it. Reflect on this. And I hope you will learn English more effectively. Okay? Thank you all for listening. I hope it was pretty useful, pretty interesting. If you haven't got the whole idea, right, we can discuss this further later on in the podcast. If you have any ideas, what kind of topics you want to face, just let me know. Share your thoughts in the comment section in Telegram. Just share what you want to learn and I will make a podcast about it. Thank you all and have an amazing day. Let's stay in touch and hope you will have an amazing process of English learning. Bye-bye.